Breaking news from Nigeria's capital tonight, and this story involves one of the most prominent legal figures in recent Nigerian history, finding himself on the opposite side of the law he once upheld. Abubakar Malami, who served as Nigeria's Attorney General and Minister of Justice, is now facing serious allegations of money laundering involving a staggering sum of 8.7 billion naira. And the twist in this tale is almost cinematic because he's reportedly being held in the same VIP cell at Kuje prison that was refurbished by another high-profile detainee, suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari. Let's break down what's happening here, because this story has layers that reveal so much about accountability and the wheels of justice finally turning in Nigeria. Abubakar Malami was one of the most powerful men in President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, serving as the Chief Law Officer of the Federation from 2015 until the administration ended in 2023. During his tenure, he was involved in some of the most significant legal decisions in the country, from treasury recovery efforts to prosecution recommendations, making his current situation particularly striking. The allegations against Malami center on money laundering charges involving 8.7 billion naira, a sum that would make anyone's head spin when converted to dollars or any other currency. According to reports emerging from Abuja, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has been building a case against the former Attorney General, and sources close to the investigation suggest that the charges relate to suspicious financial transactions and assets that authorities believe cannot be justified by his legitimate earnings during and after his time in public service. Now here's where the story gets even more interesting. Kuje Prison, officially known as the Nigerian Correctional Service Custodial Center in Kuje, has become somewhat infamous in Nigerian discourse, partly because of the 2022 terrorist attack that saw inmates escaping, but also because it houses some of the country's most high-profile detainees. Within this facility, there exists what people have come to call VIP cells, sections that are notably more comfortable than standard prison accommodations, and one particular cell gained notoriety because it was allegedly refurbished and upgraded by none other than Abba Kyari during his own detention. Abba Kyari, for those who might need a refresher, was once celebrated as Nigeria's super cop, the head of the intelligence response team, credited with numerous high-profile arrests and operations across the country. However, his reputation came crashing down when he was arrested and suspended over allegations linking him to international fraudster Ramon Abbas, better known as Hush Puppy, and subsequent drug trafficking charges. During Kyari's time in Kuje prison awaiting trial, reports surfaced that he had somehow managed to have his cell refurbished to a more comfortable standard, which itself became a controversy about privilege and inequality even within the prison system. The irony is not lost on Nigerians following this story that Malami, who, as Attorney General, would have been involved in legal proceedings against corruption suspects, now finds himself detained in accommodations prepared by another fallen officer of the law. It's the kind of poetic justice that writers would struggle to make believable in fiction, yet here it is unfolding in real life, and social media has been absolutely buzzing with reactions since news broke. If you are finding this story as compelling as thousands of other Nigerians are, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we bring you these updates as they develop, keeping you informed about the stories that matter most in our nation today. What makes this case particularly significant is the message it sends about accountability in Nigeria. For years, citizens have watched as public officials allegedly enrich themselves while in office, only to walk away into comfortable retirement with little to no consequences. The fact that someone of Malami's stature is now facing charges represents a shift that many Nigerians have been demanding for decades. Whether this leads to conviction or not, the mere fact of being detained and charged is noteworthy in a country where impunity has often seemed like the order of the day. The EFCC, which has been leading the charge in this investigation, has reportedly traced several properties and assets to Malami that they claim are disproportionate to his known legitimate income. These allegedly include real estate holdings, business interests, and financial investments that raise questions about their origins. The Commission has been tightening its net around several former officials from the previous administration, and Malami's arrest appears to be part of this broader effort to hold powerful individuals accountable regardless of their previous positions. Public reaction to this news has been mixed but largely welcoming.
Many Nigerians on social media platforms have expressed satisfaction that someone they believe wielded power without sufficient oversight is now facing scrutiny. Others are adopting a wait-and-see approach, noting that arrests and charges don't always lead to convictions in Nigeria's complex legal system, and some past high-profile cases have ended with suspects being freed on technicalities or after prolonged legal battles. The symbolism of the VIP cell situation cannot be overstated. It highlights ongoing concerns about how even within the justice system, there seem to be different standards for different classes of people. While regular inmates endure harsh conditions in overcrowded cells, those with connections or resources apparently can secure more comfortable accommodations, which fundamentally contradicts the principle that justice should be blind and equal for all. Legal experts following the case have noted that money laundering charges of this magnitude typically require substantial evidence, including forensic accounting, paper trails, and documentation that proves the illicit origin of funds or assets. The prosecution will need to demonstrate not just that Malami possesses wealth, but that this wealth was acquired through illegal means and that he took steps to conceal its origins, which is the essence of money laundering. As this case proceeds through the courts, it will test Nigeria's legal system and anti-corruption framework in ways that could have lasting implications. A successful prosecution would send a powerful message that no one is above the law, while failure to secure conviction despite what authorities claim is strong evidence would only deepen public cynicism about whether real change is possible. What remains to be seen is how Malami's legal team will respond to these allegations and what defenses they will mount in court, and you can trust that we'll be following every development in this story, bringing you updates as they happen.